back to my YouTube channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chef Ayden, and today we'll be making some awesome granola bars. Let's get into it. Before we start off, I would just like to say I'm sorry that I haven't posted it in a really long time. I did dislocate a bone, and I was also planning a ton of new recipes that I'm going to make on this channel for you guys. And also, comment down below what recipes you want me to try out, because then I might be able to make those in some recipes. And one last thing, before we start, go down below and hit that red subscribe button, please, because it helps me out a ton, and you can always unsubscribe. It's free. Alright, so the ingredients you'll need to start is, you're going to need some peanut butter, honey, mini chocolate chips, or if you'd like, you can have any small chopped up nuts or anything. I'll show you when you can put that in. Then you're going to need oats, which are toasted, almonds, toasted, and dates processed into just a lot of just tiny bits. So to start off, which I've already done, is I've toasted all of this. So this is all of my oats and this is all of my almonds. So to toast these, you're going to need to put them in the oven for 12 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And now that they're all done and they smell really good, so you want to make sure they're nice and fragrant so you can smell them, and they're nice and kind of brittle so you can kind of like, you can hear that skin kind of crunching. Now I'm going to chop all of my almonds into itty bitty pieces, and I'm also going to put all of my oats into this mixing bowl which has my processed dates. So now that I have all my almonds separated and onto a cutting board, I'm going to take my knife and cut it into small pieces. And these are super easy to cut because they're all nice and kind of brittle. So I'm just going to go through like this a couple of times until they're all mini pieces. See when I'm done. Alright, so after a couple minutes of cutting, I have all these little pieces of almonds. Like some are this size, some are a little bit bigger, like this size. So you want some varying sizes, but you don't want anything to be too big. So like right here, this one I'm going to cut up because it's almost whole. Just going to cut this one up, this one up. Yeah, just going through, kind of combing through it, just cutting them all up as a group. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour my oats and my almonds into my dates, and then we can move on to the next step. Alrighty, so now I have all of my things in here. Before I mix it, I do want to tell you, when you process your dates, I would do it right about now. I already had it processed. For your dates, you want them kind of a little bit sticky and a little bit softer, on the softer side, so that it's a better consistency to mix with. And if they are not, if you like just took them out of the fridge or something, then you can soak them in warm water for about 5 minutes and then process them, and then you put it in the bowl. And now I'm just going to mix all of this together a little bit, just a little bit, because we're going to be mixing it a ton later. But yeah, it should be about good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my peanut butter and my honey, and we're going to put it on the saucepan, put it on the stove, and we're going to put it in the saucepan and mix all these together until it forms a nice sauce, and then we can pour it into here and mix it all together. So I just finished melting the honey and peanut butter into a little sauce at the stove, and first I just put in the peanut butter, let that melt a little bit, then I just added the honey, stirred it around, and it only took like 2 minutes. So now I'm just kind of mixing everything together. You want to be kind of quick about this so that none of it hardens up too much, and so that you can, it looks better when it's all pushed down together in this pan, because you don't want to see clumps of this, clumps of that. And also then, again, it might not spread very well. So, it's about the presentation and the taste, you know. So right now I'm just kind of breaking up all these chunks. And then I'm just folding it over. You don't want anything to be like, kind of just separate oats and almonds. I'm just gonna do this. And also, if you're allergic to almonds, you can also use like cashews or peanuts or really like any nut. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. But I do recommend using nuts because it adds a nice flavor. And also, the fact that they're being toasted adds a really nice flavor. Also, guys, while I am mixing all this together, please follow me on Instagram at Ayden's Delicious Dishes. On there, you can find a lot of behind the scenes and bloopers, which I will be adding. And it's just a really kind of fun thing. It's basically another channel, but for behind the scenes and all the stuff that you won't see on this channel. So if you want to see all that fun stuff, then you can follow me there on Instagram. All right, this is looking pretty well mixed up. Now, I do see a couple of clumps of dates and stuff, so sometimes you might want to just put the spatula aside and then just kind of mix with your hand. All right, so now I'm going to put this into here and press it down, and then I'm going to put some of my mini chocolate chips on top to make it look like a chocolate chip granola bar, which is what it is, and then we're going to refrigerate it for 30 minutes. So as you can see, I did not fill it up fully because I wanted them to have a good amount of height, so if I filled it fully, they would be a little too thin. But I think I like this height, so it's okay if you have a little gap here. Now I'm going to take my very mini morsels. I had these on hand from my chocolate chip cookie dough dip, so I'm just going to use these. Plus, I think they fit perfectly. And then just envision how you're going to cut each one, and make sure that each granola bar kind of has the same amount of chocolate chips, and none of them are too clumped up in anywhere. Alright, so I'm going to finish doing this, and then I'm going to put plastic wrap over it and chill it in the fridge for 30 minutes. I'll see you when I'm done. So they just came out of the fridge. It's been in there for about 30 minutes, and they're nice and more put together and solid. I did have to be careful when I'm putting the plastic wrap on top though, because as you can see, I kind of cut over a little bit and that made it crumble there. But otherwise, the texture of it looks really good. It's not falling apart as I hold it. And also, I did put like the perfect amount of chocolate chips, like 5 or 6 per each granola bar. I'd say is good, because if you're making a mini one like this, I'd say that's pretty good. Let's try it out. Yeah, this looks really good. I can see I've got the almonds, the oats, and I mean, as I said earlier, when you mix in the dates and that sauce that we made with the peanut butter and honey together, you won't see too much of that. So yeah, I don't see too much of it. Let's try it out. I really like that flavor of the toasted almonds and the toasted oats. I really like the flavor of just toasted kind of ingredients. And I might even have to try out toasting some different nuts in my different recipes. But this tastes really good altogether. And the flavor of the dates isn't too strong and overpowering. And I also like the little sweetness the honey adds and the little bit of a little more of a nutty flavor that the peanut butter adds. I'd say we set the bar pretty high. So let me know how this turns out in the comment section below if you made it. Thanks for watching. Bye!